Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've been well. Today, taking out the Tacoma on a little adventure that actually happened. It happened a while ago. I just was going through the video and realized I never did an intro. We were just kind of out driving and then at the trail and no intro. So anyway, here's a Weekenderlander in the Tacoma. I think I just before, hopefully the video before this, uploaded an update video on the Tacoma. A lot of you guys know the Tacoma is probably the main vehicle on the channel, but it has been absent as of late. And in that video, I kind of explain all of that and give you an update on kind of some modifications and status of the truck and plans. So if you're interested in more of a Tacoma-centric video, that just posted, and it's a good watch. But took the truck out, did great. No armor on the truck yet. That will change. Again, watch the other video for updates on that. So we wanted to do a trail that wasn't too crazy, but was a little more than a dirt road because we're going out on a Friday night, and we actually didn't see a single person out the whole time on the trail, camping, anything. So that was pretty slick. And again, wasn't a super hard trail, but it was rocky enough to limit it to, you know, actual off-road vehicles instead of just Subarus and whatnot. So truck did great, didn't get any body damage, got a few scratches on the bead locks, which is nice because I was feeling a little too much of a poser, like this truck wasn't beat up enough for me. So that was sweet. At the end of the video, we'll do a little gear breakdown. I did wear these boots during the trip, man. The shadow's at the worst possible spot, but these are Brunt workwear boots. These are the US made Marins. So they're actually the sponsor of today's video. So I think you guys know this because I talk about it from time to time, but before we get into the sponsored segment, I want you guys to know, been trying out the boots, do like the boots. I get offered a lot of sponsorships. You don't see most of them because I end up not liking the product, or it just tastes horrible if it's, you know, a tasting thing, or it just doesn't work like I think it should, and then those never see the light of day. So just so you know, any sponsorship you see, I genuinely have tried it, tried the boots, wore them on this Weekenderlander, but also around the property as well. So just want you guys to know. So anyway, Brunt, thanks for sponsoring the video. Thanks for making a killer set of boots. I actually saw like a Facebook ad for Brunt a long time ago and had been wanting to try their boots. So when they reached out, I was like, sick, been wanting to try them anyway, and they've been good. Sorry for the roosters in the background. We have more. Some of them will be going away because they're crazy. So anyway, Brunt wants to do a few things. They want to make a comfortable boot, which they do. They want to make a durable boot, which so far, so good. They want to make a great value as well, which you can actually use code LLOD10 to get $10 extra off of your order. And they want you to have no worries trying it out. So they actually allow you to try it out on the job, no worries, no hassle, and if you hate it for some reason, you can send them back. So again, I went with the USA made Marin welted boot. They have some options that are USA made, they have some that are not USA made. Those ones are a little more affordable. Naturally, they have waterproof, not waterproof, soft toe, hard toe, a bunch of different styles. They are grippy, they are really comfortable on the inside. They have lined, they have unlined. They have a lot of their boots meet the various safety rating requirements if that is a need for you on the job site. And I've been nothing but happy with them. So they make a variety of other clothing and apparel, kind of probably most known for boots though, and that's what I wanted to try out. So thanks to Brunt for sponsoring the video. And again, you can scan the QR code or use code LLOD10 at checkout to get $10 off. All right. But yeah, boots perform great on the trail, and the truck did as well. Aired down, you'll see that coming up to like 14 PSI. So people, I just want to explain this again because it's been a while since I've done much off-roading and talked about it. Your first line of defense in suspension really are your tires. So Toyo, obviously an amazing tire, a lot of technology goes into how a tire even acts as your first layer of suspension, but airing down makes your ride much more cushy. So we had that, the bigger tires smooth out the ride on rocks as well. So we had air down, big tires. We got the Icon CD EV suspension in here. I turned that to full soft and then just floated over the rocks. So that was nice. Everything else has just been solid. So anyway, yeah, let's hit the trail. It's getting super rocky, so I'm gonna air down with these guys. I don't have the apex valves on this, so Last Fit sent these out. A couple air up tools actually. So you just screw these in. You set the PSI on this ring underneath this lock ring, and then you just screw them on to the valves, and they go down to the set pressure, and we'll see how that goes. So they feel pretty fast. The apex valves, which I usually like to put on, but forgot to on these trucks.
Apex is fast.
Whoa, maxing out the mic, bro. So I set these to 15, which should help smooth out the ride a little bit. I don't think this trail, I forget, did it like 3 years ago, and we went the other way, so we came down this way. And I don't think it's too gnarly. I don't have any armor right now, and Talon's got a little bit. He's got sliders at least. So, but it's just rocky and chunky, so a lot of this terrain. And this is just the beginning of the trail, so it gets gnarlier than this. Quick update on the cat skins, the cooled seats. This is the first time I've used them for like a longer drive, and my back was cold, so they work really well. So it's slowing down quite a bit. I think we're probably nearing. The Talon's got the super fast deflators. He's on his third wheel right now. So with the ultra fast, I think Talon's gonna beat me with the apex, and he's actually checking pressures too. And I just set all these to 15, and I'm just gonna pull them off. The good thing about this is if you wanted to not waste any time, you could flip these on when you're driving kind of up to the trail, like when you get to the trailhead, and you could just screw them on and then drive the first part of the trail for 5 minutes or whatever, and then you would air down while you go, and then you just come and pull them off, but we're not doing that. And then what is in here is an ARB twin compressor. This is a little mount by CA Tuned, and so the little on-off switch for the compressor that's back behind here. So I now have twin compressor on board finally. Talon's truck's looking nice. It's funny, last time we did this, like I was saying earlier on birthday a couple years ago, we had our 3rd gen. Talon's was wrapped and mine was multicam, so it's like we're almost recreating the trip in 4th gens. All right, screen is showing that we're all around 10 PSI, except it's showing the back right as 0, which is this one, but I just confirmed with pressure gauge in this, they're all at 14 actually. So the little screw-on guys I set to 15, and they're all at 14, so they seem pretty accurate. All right, let's go hit this rocky trail. a fancy chair you got.
Yeah.
Fancy, fancy. So this spot doesn't suck. Staring down at I-70 is different. Wouldn't say I love it or hate it. Some cool old dead trees around though. So we came from all the way down there, up about 500 switchbacks. And now we're here. Now we are here. When I'm ever parked in a scenario where I could roll to certain death, I'd probably hit a tree and I'd be fine. But I'll usually chalk the tires just for good measure. All right, got the tent up. Gonna get the chair out. Maybe bust the wine out.
It's on ice right now.
Oof. I've camped in it now a few times, but I think this is only the second time it's in a video. I've been camping with some friends that aren't like content creators, so I go out thinking maybe I'll make a video and then I don't make the video because, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. And I'm lazy, I guess. But when I'm with like Talon or other like content creator type friends, and I can just like stop, set up tripods, shoot photos, and it's just, you know, Talon's over here shooting photos and I'm filming, and when I'm filming, he's not inflating his tent, and there's just like a mutual understanding of content creators. And when you're not with people that do that, then it's either you're like asking them to be quiet in the background, which I don't do. Like, I'm out to camp, not film content. So anyway, all that to say, you usually see videos of me with people that are either cool with it or other content creators, and then I go camping and I don't film videos. So anyway, all that to say, I've camped in this a couple times now, well, a few times now, and yeah, I haven't really had any issues with it. It's just like light duty fabric, light duty zippers. Again, the goal is to be thin and light. I did bring the ladder here. Historically, I've just kind of climbed on the back and then on the diamond back and then up and in, which is nice. I've got the Diamondback shelf in action. I got the propane mount over here. I usually bring this Pelican 64-ounce bottle and then a Nalgene. I kind of forgot, I have the Rotopax 1-gallon water with water in it as well on the side. So we're drinking. Talon busted the wine. The only thing that is confusing, especially when I'm with Talon, is like he'll film part and I'll like talk in it, and then I will think I filmed that part because I like remember doing it, and then I'm like, oh, we didn't. So he already filmed. We got some wine, birthday wine, and then Talon is filming a video. He flew the drone, and he gets usually cooler, more cinematic footage than I do. So, and he usually posts his videos first. So probably that's, oh, not this one?
Not this one.
Not this one. So I may be first on this one, and then Talon's will come later. He's got a cool little kitchen build set up here. And he said since it's my birthday, he's cooking dinner.
Yeah.
So we got some steaks at the grocery store in the Pelican 14. He's got the little Howl, the mini guy. I don't have much. Like, my bed was pretty much empty. I have my Pelican TX80 camping bin, which has a bunch of stuff. And then it's usually the 50-liter Vertex RLT duffel bag with just some junk in it. Inflators, the Flex Tail. I do have Starlink Mini in the Forge Concepts bag, but Talon has his Starlink Mini set up already. Other than that, I have the little table that folds out here. I've shown in some other videos, and that's about it. I brought an aeronaut quilt, and this is not actually a night camper sleeping bag, but it is another sleeping bag that I shoved in a night camper bag. I brought a couple Peak refuels just in case, Beyond that, yeah, interior. I usually keep my Pelican camera gear there so I can grab batteries and memory cards and different cameras and swap lenses and whatnot. I don't have a radio hooked up yet, so I have the FT5D on a little mag mount antenna up here. Just run through the door for now. I did swap the alpha tail lights in. These are amber sequentials, and the black, these are like Nova Black, and this is like a gray, but it's almost a foliage green gray, so it actually matches the multicam wrap like perfect, like we were custom up in here. All right, and drink some wine, hang out. All right, Chef Talon. Bench made $400 chef's knife. Pretty sick. And then we got some like seasoned buttered shrimp, I think, in there.
Yeah, seasoned. We got free butter from the deli guy, so that's good.
Deli guy gave us free butter. Always sick. Thank you, Deli guy. Conifer King Supers, if you're watching.
Shout out.
Shout out. I've polished off most of the wine, and that's all we got is one bottle. So, sun is set at least over the mountains, but we still got pretty decent light. Really loving the camp spot though. It's nice, peaceful. The thing is, again, I said earlier, I-70 down there, you hear some faint road noise in the distance, but it's mostly quiet and some birds and whatnot. So Talon's getting married in 3 months. So we're kind of talking about that, what's going on. Somewhat related, my goal, so you guys know, is to get the bus, the F550 bus build done by then. It's, I don't know, Talon's doing a destination wedding. I'm taking my family out there. I don't want to share too much. I don't know what he shares on his channel. But I'm loading up my family, Ashley, the kids, and then my parents to go out there. And so my goal is to have the bus done by then. So I'm hoping to have the bus relatively, at least like in working condition by then. So anyway, we're talking about that. It's been a good night so far, but it's late. It's already 8:20 and we got to make some food. So Chef Talon doing some seasoning right now.
Doing it.
Ooh, nice cut.
Didn't even cut it.
It looked good though. We're also talking about upcoming shows. So we're planning, Talon and I are going to be in the Diamondback booth at Overland Expo, Mountain West.
And then maybe something else, too.
Maybe a bigger event that Talon, I think, is doing. And then I was like, I should do too, but I didn't have anything lined up. So I'm actually, literally, we're here sitting around and I'm sending some texts to some contacts I have, trying to figure out if I can get a vehicle at that event so we can hang out more. So that's our night.
It's going to be all night.
We're just catching up. We're just catching up on stuff. So cook some food, eat it. That's what's going on.
Probably cut the check. No.
All right, so we got the steak honestly cooked to perfection. We had this chef last time, Overland Eats, but I don't know what he's about anymore. We've got the new Overland Eats here.
That guy's too cool for us.
Too cool for us. Hibachi something rather shrimp. Cooking up now. Couldn't ask for a better birthday meal. Thank you, Talon. So everyone give a round of applause to Talon. Surfy Turfy was a good choice. Hibachi seasoning, got a little zing to it, a little spice.
A little bit.
The spice is nice. We started off with the steak, which I thought was excellent, but I think the shrimp are even better, personally.
I agree.
How's cooking along? It's not too cold tonight. I think it's only getting down to like Up at this elevation, maybe 40s. So pretty mild night. It's got the howl, the little howl, the R1 running off of a 5-pounder.
Yeah, little baby guy.
So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I say it all the time, guys, but even if you can just get out for a single overnighter, hang out by the fire, have some good convos, do it. Worth it. Worth it. Peace and quiet. It's a Friday night in Colorado. This trail's an hour from Denver. We didn't see a single person on the trail, and not a single person has driven by. So we got here at like 4, I guess.
4:30.
Drove the whole, well, not the whole trail because it goes out. It's like a through. So we drove like half the trail. Haven't seen another person all night. It's amazing. Freaking I-70 is right there, right there. I don't want to give up our location exactly, but I-70 is right there. Hour from Denver. Summer. No rain on the forecast. Beautiful weather. Not a soul.
What are you people doing?
Overlanding's dead, guys.
Yeah, we're the last ones.
Now is the time. Now is the time to get into it. So anyway, that was good. Just wanted to give you an update. Surf and turf, crushing it. Amazing, delicious. Thanks, Talon.
No problem.
Talon bought dinner and made it, and I got him Wendy's on the way up. So we're even, basically.
We're even.
All right, it's very much later now. Ooh, spooky by the fire. So we're going to bed. And I just thought I'd say goodnight and catch you in the morning. Alright, so again, I got the ARB twin compressor here behind, mounted on this CA-tuned panel, and gonna try out, just open this, I haven't even used them yet, the last fit H4. Looks like it's nice because it's just a single hose with a little nub off the side here, and then it's got the little gauge here. But I think I'll just plug that in, run the 2 hoses off of this if they're long enough, and I'll show you once it's going. Alright, so air compressor running. I actually really like these. They are push-on clamps, and there's not an extra hose. So you really just have 2 hoses essentially, clipped on there, clipped on there. So you got 1 hose coming out this way for the rear and front. This is just long enough to reach this, but only if I put the valve here. If the valve was here, it wouldn't reach. So you'd need a second hose to use that, which I have, but it's nice just being able to plug it right into the chuck. So if I'm gonna use this without an extra hose that I just plug right into the chuck in my bed, then I will need this to be all the way back. All the others reach just fine. The 4-hose is a little more work to set up initially, but then you just let it go and it just equalizes amongst the 4 tires, and you can grab a drink, hang out in the car, or really do anything. Actually, it's been a while since I've used a twin compressor. Leave your engine running. I just remember to turn mine on. A, it'll drain the battery, but B, when your battery isn't receiving a charge, it's a slightly lower voltage, so 12.5 volts or whatever. But when your truck is running and the alternator is charging your battery, it's really more up at like 14. So the slightly higher voltage actually makes the compressor work a little faster as well. So we got Talon rocking the same setup. Actually, he's had his for a while back there, and he's doing the single hose, which he prefers. I actually am on record maybe a couple years ago saying I prefer the 2-hose, the 2 tire at a time thing, but I hadn't tried one of these. Usually the old 4-hose ones anyway had a whole separate hose coming, so it's really like 4 hoses. This one's more like 2 hoses, so rolling up 2 hoses is easier than rolling up 2 hoses with a whole separate hose coming off. So I probably like this 4-hose setup as of right now the most. Talon says my poverty spec non-auto tailgate he would prefer over the auto,
And you can't
because all this weight kind of squishes down.
You can't even really disable it because the motor's in there, so unless you take it all out. This is heavy, so it pushes down on the cover and it makes the seal super tight, but I'd rather have the poverty tailgate.
And you can't just like close it with your hands. It's like Talon was showing me, you gotta like fight it against the motor, and I don't know if that's bad for it.
Find out eventually.
All right, dog, thanks for the birthday dinner.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Good to see you.
Well, I'll see you back in the driveway. All right, so let's do a quick gear breakdown again. If you want more specifics on the truck, the air system, all of that, check the previous video because I did go more into depth there. So I won't talk about the truck itself too much. Catskin's still super, super happy with this. I talked about them in a previous video, kind of interior updates. So if you want more info on that, check that video out. I used I don't have any real electronics hooked up in here, so just use the Yaesu FT5D with a mag mount antenna. Ran out the door with a little antenna on the top just because I wanted to. I will be putting a FDM 500 or something in here eventually. Got some of the soft stuff in the back seat here, pillow, sleeping bag, which really I just laid on for extra padding, and I just used the aeronaut quilt, which is even too warm, so I was kind of peeking my body out of that. As per usual, the 50-liter Vertex RLD duffel. Did bring the little wolf box again. Got the Starlink and the Forge Concepts. Miscellaneous other crap in here, flannel, whatnot. I have been bringing this is not sponsored at all. They sent this to me a while back though. Little power supply. This is just kind of a bigger battery that I could use to run stuff off a cigarette lighter, which I didn't need for this trip, but it is longer run time for the Starlink is primarily why I bring that. Did have the fancy Vertex, I believe it's the Recon shell that I've been bringing along with me a little bit. Had a few peak refuels that we didn't end up eating. Oh, some pretzels. We were gonna have this for dessert, but we just ate so much steak and shrimp that we weren't even hungry for it. Other than that, I got the camera, filming gear, Pelican. You see this in basically every video. This is the 1507. And I got a little tool bag, Helinox, and the Pelican TX80, which is my camping bin, the last fit Inflato guys. And I kind of want to maybe do something here. A plug-in, this is super easy to get to. Switch is super easy to get to. All that stuff is fine, but I almost want to do something slick where I have this come out and it's like hard mounted up here or something to the up top bed stiffeners. I don't know. Or just kind of strap it all in on the side so it's ready to go there. Let me know. Other than that, yeah, all the setup that I've talked about. Cool. Well, I won't waste too much of your time here. That was a pretty quick driveway breakdown. As always, I appreciate your comments and your asks and your recommendations and your thoughts, both about the truck, about the gear. Gear recommendations are always good. If you have questions that I didn't link something down below, let me know and I'll get you a link for it. And then, as always, just, yeah, comment. Say hey, thumbs up, get subscribed. I am going to be pumping out Weekenderlanders at a more regular clip now. So getting back into the groove of things. Hope you liked it. I loved it. 18-hour adventure. So good. All right, guys. Till next time. Take care.